All right, mate, it's me, Dave. You're inside me head, mate. Or maybe I'm inside yours, it's hard to say. Not important, though. What is important is that this is the best fucking DLC you've ever played. Live and spooky, dead and pukey. Time loop, brewers droop more like. This is the one, mate. It's gonna be the real deal. It's gonna be a roller coaster, all fucking expenses paid, uber bastard. And best of all, you get to play as me, or with me, or something. So fucking strap in, mate, because we are gonna fuck shit. Oh, fucking hell, it's Bozeman. Hang on, mate.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Bozeman.
Thank you for agreeing to stay late tonight and run this light entertainment piece.
You didn't really give me any choice, mate.
No, I didn't.
What's this button do?
President C.
Excellent. We should get one of these for the news.
Never going to happen. It lights up when it's time to press it. Simple.
And what's this big machine here?
That calls the guests to the stage.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It's automated, just leave it alone.
Boring.
One more thing. There's no adverts in the show, but we will need you to use the advert buttons to play in a little bit of archive footage. They're automatically loaded for you, so you just hit A, B, or C at each break.
How do I know what's on what?
Look to your right and select the fax paper.
Already seen it, mate. Couldn't make hide nor hair of it. Okay, so the top three are all clips from Just the Job in the 70s. Second clips are all PT from the 80s. And we just pick A, B, or C when the advert buttons flash. Simple.
Show starting soon. Good luck. Try not to fuck it up, Dave.
I'm going to take the microphone out of that fucking phone. Right, best DLC ever. Here we fucking go.
Jacob Hamilton Man, which forced this year's early election. That's The Night Visitor at 9:30, poorly narrated by Patrick Bannon. At 10:30, Adrian Atkinson Blimey is here for a special episode of Incisors, where he sinks his teeth into the current cost of living crisis by interviewing a multimillionaire, a nurse, and a bin man to see who is suffering the worst. Here's a clue. It's not the millionaire. At 11:30, fasten your seatbelts as it's time for Wayne de Spirit Whistle to lead another terrifying exploration in Live and Spooky. And tonight, they'll be asking if the old brewery in Arsmith...
Yeah, I realise that, Eric, but my therapist has made it clear that I perform best when we have a plan and we stick to it. So I suggest you don't make any last-minute changes, as it's my intention to stick to our pre-arranged script. Is that all right with you, Eric? Actually, I don't care. I'm a leaf in the wind. And as we're going out live, there's really sweet fuck all you can... Yep, standing by.
Very special episode of Bits of Your Life.
Good evening, I'm Eamon Titley. Good evening. Behind me is a true TV legend, now running for Prime Minister. Everyone's handiest man, Peter Clement. Now, Peter thinks he's been brought here tonight to film a special reunion episode of Just the Job. But as always, viewers, you know better.
10 seconds, places. 10 seconds,
It's time.
Places.
Let's start the show.
Going in 5, 4, 3, 4, 3.
When you're feeling hopeless and you just can't work things out, I've got just the job. When there's too much water for a little tiny spout, I've got just the job. This is when you're sat at home one sunny afternoon. I'll bring me great big turkey and shut up your plume. Well, it might look pretty daunting, but believe me, you got room, 'cause it's just the job.
Thank you, girls. Cracking stuff. Good evening, friends. And yes, it's true, and I can't really believe it myself. We are back for this special one-off reunion episode of Just the Job. And
I'll get it. Save you having to look away. My DLC, my rules.
Hi, Dave. It's Eric. Just wanted to say break a leg and look after our little show.
Of course, mate. No worries, you're 100% safe with me.
It pretty much runs itself, to be fair. Just clap the guests on and off, and well, it's a family show, so keep that bleep finger ready.
Oh, don't you worry, mate. My finger's always ready.
Is a Peter Clement promise. So to kick things off tonight, let's take a
Stand by,
little
Eamon.
chance look at the mighty Bevel.
Go, Eamon.
Because you would
All
be
the right
surprised.
there, please.
All right.
Going on. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it certainly is me.
You fucker, you naughty fucker. Frank, did you know? But look at that face. Yeah, I fucking did, didn't you? Fuckers, a lot of you.
Peter, you thought you were here tonight to record a special reunion episode of Just the Job.
I can't believe it.
But tonight, Peter Clement, these are the bits of your life. Come on, let's get you back to the studio. Thank you.
Eamon, I can't bloody believe those bloody dancers knew about it all the way along. They knew.
They're all back this way, Peter. Mind a step there now.
bloody know. I can't believe it. Well, listen, I'm a huge fan of your show. I think it's incredible. I never believed that people didn't know. He's loving this, viewers. I didn't believe
Here
it.
we go, right in there, Peter.
I am absolutely bloody flabbergasted. I mean, I haven't been this speechless since I was about 3 fucking years old.
Oh, lovely family show, Peter.
Yeah, well, they know what I'm like, mate, don't they?
There we go. Lovely. Hello, Barry. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you. Thank you
Peter
very much
Clement running
indeed.
for Prime Minister. I'm just going to have your vote. So, Eamon, how long have you been planning this? Eamon, how long have you been planning? Eamon?
Peter Gordon Clement, you were born October 10th, 1923 in the northern town of Rotherham to Fanny and Martin Clement.
Christ, was it that long ago?
We didn't have much back then, but where there's lard, there's lube, as they say at the butcher's.
That's right. They got up at the crack of dawn to make the journey down to the capital by coach. It's your infamous old man and her long-suffering husband. Ladies and gentlemen, Fanny and Martin Clement.
Have a seat.
Lovely to have you both here. So, tell me, what was life like for young Peter in the Clement house?
It was same as every other house. Not special about it.
Even back then, you could tell our Petey were bound for an audience. He used to make up little plays and make us all gather round and watch them. Do you remember, Martin?
Aye, bloody long they were.
But if you got a pretty chuff, you should wave it in the fellas' faces, as they say down the pits. And our Petey were always waving his chuff about. If you think I mean.
After all, if you weren't going to have it stuffed, you shouldn't have had it trimmed.
Fanny and Martin Clement there with the first bits of your life. It's 1938 and you're a 15-year-old at Rotherham Elementary, but already you've got quite the reputation as a ladies' man.
Oh, Jesus, you haven't got Jan Sandwich here, have you?
Even better. Who's this?
I remember you slipping me tongue and giggle round back of your nan's house. Or you reckoned it were your first kiss, but me, I could tell it weren't. Mind you, it turns out you said that to all girls, but we loved you anyways, because you were a charming man.
Well,
Christ, it could be any one of them. Is it Patty Cakes?
it's your childhood sweetheart, Chelsea Bones!
Cracking, that's my type of girl.
You know what? All right. Okay.
Let me.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Chelsea. Oh,
Oh,
God.
Petey, look at
Hello, pets.
Hey. Oh, look at you.
Why don't you take a seat?
Here, is that all right?
Yeah. And so, Chelsea, let me ask you this. What do you think we could see in young Peter way back then that could have predicted his path to household name and now aspiring Prime Minister?
Oh, well, that's easy, Pet. You see, our Peter here, he always had a surprise up his sleeve. So, do you know what he did after our first date? No, of course you don't, so I'll tell you. That first day, he smuggled me back into school where we used to go to. I hadn't been back there since I'd left, but somehow, I don't know why I found it a surprise, but he'd gotten hold of Master Key and he'd made this lovely little nook under school stage, and there were cushions and a sleeping bag and all these candles and, hey, no, weren't what you lot are thinking with your gutter mind, no. Because he were a perfect gent. He kissed me. By it, did he kiss me? But he never pushed his luck. Nope. Do you know what he did? I'll tell you. Kid you not, he read to me from a book that he nicked out school library.
Of course, Chelsea.
He kissed me, he read to me, and then he walked me home. Because he was a class act then. And he's a class act now.
Oh, bless you, pet. Do you remember what the book were?
Aye, I do. And I also remember that thing what you do with your hands.
Steady, now, you'll get me into trouble with Mrs. C.
Chelsea Bonds, everybody!
Hey, chicken!
I will see you in green room.
Not if I see you first.
Don't even know what a bloody green room
Now,
is.
before we bring our next guest on, let's have a look at some classic Just the Job. It's on that monitor there, Peter, if you'd like to watch.
And that's about 2 minutes.
I'll take a look at that monitor. I can't see a thing without my glasses.
I took Peter to one side while Jimmy did his solo spot Jim's things. I didn't want Peter to hear it from anyone else. Anyway, what happened next is history.
Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that a team...
Everything okay?
Is this some sort of fucking joke, Eric? Why would I want to be reminded of that?
I don't choose the plane. It's some bloke called Dave in the broadcast room.
Dave in the broadcast room.
That's me.
Right. I'll remember that.
Can we reset, please?
Shit. I'm going to have to leave the country.
You all right, PC? No.
Not really, LJ.
What's the matter? You look like you walked in on your parents.
Leave it, mate. Leave it. You just had a fax from the higher-ups. Those who know better. I thought I might read it out for the viewers at home.
What's going on?
Well, I know what you're thinking. A fax? How modern! Well, to whom it may concern, latest viewer feedback from test audience. Show and host feel tired and past their prime. Show and host, fuck's sake. Sidekick looks like he'd rather be somewhere else most of the time.
Fair point.
Bringing Frank on camera regularly has not improved engagement. The audience say, yeah, Frank.
Jesus, Pete, my mum watches this.
The guests are mostly unknown to the audience. Then don't cut our fucking budget. You pay peanuts, you get these fucking monkeys.
I'm doing my best.
Look, it's not your fault, Gnashy Norman, but to be fair, you're a one and done act.
I've got range.
Have you?
No, not really.
New segments seem desperate.
Should we really be reading this out?
Well, of course they're desperate. We've been doing this show since you prosperous assholes were just a bulge in your pool boy's trousers.
PC, think it through, mate.
Under the circumstances, the prudent option seems to be curtail the current season to a contractually obligated conclusion in 3 weeks' time.
Frank?
Sorry, Jimmy. It's true, mate.
3 more shows?
Yep.
And then we're done?
Yep.
How am I going to pay my bills?
Dunno, mate.
No. I am not standing for this. You listen to me, you TV moguls. We're not standing for this. There are supposed to be another 15 shows in this season. 15!
Yeah, well, he's been in the game for years.
You want 3?
I used to work with him on PC.
3? That's not even enough.
Lovely guy. I was a runner for Dorothy Hammerman. She scared the shit out of me. I loved him, though.
She's backstage?
Yep, saw her in the corridor. Hopefully she didn't see me.
You hiding from one of the guests, Eric?
10 seconds, everybody. Yeah, all right. She scares me a bit. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across so many of those shows, there was always one man by your side.
Tow me up!
That's right, a man who needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. Your sidekick for almost 13 years, little Jimmy Chisel!
Fuck me, they put him back in his old outfit. What a prick.
I go by Jim now, mostly.
Lovely. There we go. Ah, together again, eh, lads? This has got to be bringing back some memories, eh?
It certainly does. Not all of them good ones, eh, Pete?
We had our moments, LJ. I'll give you that.
Well, Jimmy, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight onto this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and the off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Well, you know, Eamon, there's really not that big a difference. I mean, Pete's not pretending to be anything. He is what he is, and what he is a massive...
Steady now.
Prankster.
He said prankster, not wanker, in case you didn't get it.
I've lost count of the number of pranks he's pulled on me over the years, both on and off screen.
Actually, we've got a little bit of footage here which shows us exactly what you're talking about. Let's roll it there.
And let's get those nails in good and tight, shall we, little Jimmy?
Sure thing, Pete. Tow me up!
Here you go, pal. Make sure you hit it good and hard. Oh, Jimmy, what have you done to yourself now?
God, I remember that when we sabotaged the hammer. It took us 3 hours to set that one up.
Yeah, and about 6 weeks before I could walk without crutches.
Oh, God, those crutches, they were always getting in the way.
Were they?
Lost none of the old spark, eh, boys?
Well, that's the last footage you find of me wearing sandals. I mean, my feet are grotesque now. Children get upset.
Little Jimmy Chisel, everybody.
It's Jim now. Never mind.
In 1941, long before Just the Job ever aired, you, like so many men of your generation, were conscripted into the army to go to the continent to fight. And it was there, on those very battlefields, that the strangest of friendships was born.
They asked me to say something about you. This is what I write. Only 10 words. Big man, tiny penis, shitty golfer, once saved my life.
It's your friend of over 40 years, the current Kyrgyzstanian ambassador to the capital, Ivan Vodovich!
Oh, fuck it. Come here, you prick!
You horrible bastard! This Kyrgyzstanian Special Reserve. The guards and labor camps drinking to keep ice out of their lungs. Here, it put how you say, hair on your balls.
It's chest, mate.
Yeah, but it should be balls. Here, up your bottom.
And also up yours.
Thank you for that. So, tell us, what's it like being friends with Peter Clement?
Jesus Christ, you can clean grout him with that.
Peter Clement, very annoying man. He drink too little and talk too much. But in time of crisis, he's no one better to have by your side. Also on golf course, where he make you look good with his terrible stroke.
There's nothing wrong with my stroke, pal.
You stand like man trying to find his tiny penis. Oh no! Where is penis? Oh, is this it? No, his blade of grass is too big for penis.
You want to watch it, pal? If I win this election, you're going to be in trouble.
If you win this election, I shave off all my hair.
I'll take that bet.
Ivan Vanovich, everybody!
I see you after show, yes sir. We finished bottle.
Yeah, good idea, pal. I've been meaning to clear the paint off that garage for a while now.
You insult Pakistani glorious special reserve. Be careful you not start another war, my friend.
Never again. Never ever again. And that is a
Peter Clement promise.
Interesting, man. It wasn't just the job that the nation took to their hearts. Starting in 1977 and running for nearly 7 years, you brought your inimitable Peter Clement style to your eponymously named late-night chat show, Petey.
I fucking love that bloke.
Let's take a look at the clip now.
And that's about 2 minutes.
Same monitor as before?
Absolutely.
Suppose you saw that.
Classic television.
I'm looking in the script here, Eric, but I can't seem to find it.
Find what?
No, I can't seem to find where it says pour 2 shots of vodka on Eamon's chair.
Right, I get it. Debbie, can we...
Doesn't bother me. I'm a leaf in the wind, even if the guests aren't.
Right, you are.
Gentlemen, I'm sure regular viewers will have a little different about tonight's show. Normally on this show we have celebrities, politicians, people you've heard of that you know. Tonight's guests were not celebrities. They were people.
Everything okay?
Do you think I did the right thing, Eric?
Every one of you.
Shutting it all down for a career in politics.
Written by your own.
Of course you did, mate.
I've done a few things over the
If
years
you win.
where I can.
Reset, everybody.
I've opened a checkbook from time to time, certainly, and I've tried to open my heart. But the thing is, ladies and gents, it's not enough. And it never will be. Not sat here doing this. You might remember a few months ago when I had an impressive barrister here called Julia Salisbury. We talked about standing up to society's bullies. She inspired me, actually, and we stayed in touch. And we've talked a lot. And we've concluded that there is only one way to help the sheer number of people we both aspire to. So, the program you've just watched was the last ever episode of Petey. I'm sorry. That must be a shock. We've known it here for a few weeks now, but we didn't want a fuss or a star-studded final special episode. Just ordinary people. The people who need to advance. You'll be hearing that word a lot over the coming year. And you'll be seeing me out and about, and I hope you'll all come and say hello and tell me what I can do for you. Because over the last almost 7 years, you've all done so very much for me. Dottie, get up here before I start welling up. This is Dorothy Hammerman, a woman who, despite never appearing on this show until now, has somehow managed to become a household name.
Sweetie, I'd never do anything as desperate as booking myself onto your show.
It's not my show, it's yours.
But it's got your name on it.
It's ours.
Okay, it's ours.
Dorothy's off to take all the lessons that she's learnt here to shake up one of our rivals who I am not going to give a free advert to.
Well, I will. It's 3.
As channel controller, Dorothy will be the most powerful woman in television.
It'll still be a damn sight easier than putting up with your nonsense.
Dorothy Hammerman, everybody. Well, I guess that's it. Over the last few years, I've poured my heart and my soul into this thing. Really, I have. And I've worked to the point of collapse on far, far too many occasions. I've tried to be honest about everything as I see it. Maybe you've learned something. Maybe you've felt something. Maybe you've laughed along the way, or maybe just maybe all three. My name is Peter Clement, and I want to thank all of you who have stuck with me to these last words. I couldn't love you more. Thank you.
Eric? Anyone seen Eric?
Eric? He's not here, mate.
10 seconds.
What?
8 seconds.
I can't hear what you're saying, man.
For God's sake, in 3, 2.
Unforgettable stuff. But while you took all the credit, arguably, someone else did all the work, didn't they now?
Peter Clement to the set, please. Unless you've already surrendered your bollock to the front desk.
Jesus, Horatio. Jim Smasher Christ. No way!
Yeah, it's your producer for over 7 years. Now the chief executive of Channel 3 and one of the 10 most influential women in media for the 3rd successive year with the 5th bits of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, Dorothy Hammerman!
Mwah, mwah.
Congratulations on the new job, Dottie. You deserve every bit of it.
Yes, and good luck with yours.
Well, I haven't got it yet.
Of course you do, darling.
Well, you were his producer on PT for over 7 years. What's your favourite memory from that show?
Oh, well, there have been so many, but I think, yes, every evening on the half before the show, we would meet at the side of the stage for our little ritual.
Well, I persuaded her it was a northern ritual, but the real truth of the matter is, it was just something that me and Sid used to do before the war.
We'd have a toast, like this.
Here's one finger for the north, and 2 fingers to the south, and we can all apologise tomorrow.
And that was the secret of our 6 years at the top, amen.
Dorothy Hammerman, everyone!
You're wasted here, darling.
Thanks for coming.
I wouldn't want to live in a world without you, sweetie.
And so, to last year, when you surprised the entire country by announcing you were giving it all up to form a new political party, and because the final bits of your life is always about the future.
Oh, Peter, what have we let ourselves in for?
Your co-founder in advance, and possibly the next Prime Minister, Miss Julia Salisbury.
It's lovely to be here. I grew up watching bits of your life as a child. It's about time you got round to Peter.
Well, thank you for taking the time out from your campaign to come and speak to us. Let me ask you this. Is Peter Clement really a good fit for politics?
Careful, love, it's a bloody trap.
Well, he's not what you'd conventionally think of as a politician. Huntleton demonstrated his colourful vocabulary and he's partial to a tipple from time to time.
Well, it is true, like to hold me town halls in public houses, yeah, that's true.
But haven't we had enough of those perfect politicians with their impeccable lives, with no character flaws because they have no character at all? Surely after Hamilton Man and his perfect veneer of respectability, we're starting to see that there is perhaps something dark behind the mask of privilege.
Hey, no speeches from you. You're supposed to be talking about me.
Peter doesn't wear a mask. What you see is what you get. You might not always agree with what he says, but you'll always know what he thinks. Because he's honest. And he keeps me honest. And I think, in the end, that's what's so amazing about Peter Clement. He makes us all a bit more honest.
Fantastic. Well, viewers, coming up, we've got a little bit of a treat for you. But before then, let's take a look at the current Peter Clement. Now, this is you, last week in the debate. And viewers, if this is anything to go by, the future's looking pretty bright.
I think we have ably demonstrated these past 7 years that we are truly the party of commerce.
Well, then why does the Business Enterprise Foundation support our fully costed manifesto, eh? Tell me that.
Your party can't be trusted with the economy.
Well, we have moderate plans for steady growth.
Oh, listen to the pair of you competing for your master's approval. You're the party of economic stability. You're the party of business. So, who is left for the rest of us?
You're hardly a poor man with your TV career.
No, not now, no. But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like you, Mr. Hamilton man, or went to private school and then university like you, Mr. McNair. But you know what that does give me?
No, please don't say the common touch.
It gives me a bit of fucking perspective.
Please, control your language, Mr.
Sorry,
Clement.
Actually, no, you know what? I am not sorry if the language that I use, the language of the ordinary people, is considered to be, oh, I don't know, unsuitable or offensive, because it is just a word. Whereas these two will fuck up your life for a crumb off Remington's Vist's table, but they will use all the right words.
Well, you make us sound like yobbos.
You are yobbos. You come in loud, you kick the country in the face, you nick all of our stuff to sell to your rich mates, and then you pat us on the head and expect us to be grateful for the doggy treat.
Unfortunately, it'll take more than earthy rhetoric to balance the books. What the electorate want is a strong economy.
What the electorate want is to be heard.
Well, in just 5 short weeks, we'll find out if those words hold true. But for tonight, Peter Clement, these are the bits of your life. Take it away, boys!
When you're sitting listless in a dull and lifeless room, I've got just the job. When you need a friend to come and blow away the gloom, I've got just the job.
If you're feeling all backed up
or needing some repair,
I'll pop round in the morning when you haven't done your hair.
But once he's finished banging misses, you won't even care. And that's just the job.
And we're out.
Just goes to show what I always say, Eric. You want good, wholesome family entertainment, stick to the script.
What the fuck? Is that it? No, this ain't right.
And finding that we have them from
Yep, 7 weeks before the start of the main game. Got it, hurry up. Right, now, what I'm about to do is not strictly within my job description, so probably best we just keep it between the two of us. Right, that's a good start. Oh, and we're going to need this. I'll handle the notes, mate. You can just fill in the gaps in your head. Right, we've seen what happens when the show runs in order. It's shit. Now then, let's see what the fuck's sake.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Bozeman.
I'm getting reports that there's something wrong with the calls machine.
No, all looks fine to me.
What are you doing, Dave?
It's all good, mate. If anything, I'm improving things.
Please don't do that, Dave. Just play in the applause, pick a clip at the breaks, and don't touch the calls machine.
Good, he's gone. Let's touch the calls machine. Right, to get started, let's call any guest except guest 1. We can see who's in which holding area on this little screen. Ah, the resentful sidekick, little Jimmy Chisel. Well, let's see where this goes.
And Harry comes face to face with the devastating loss of his hairline.
Right, when you zoom in on the pad like that, the whole of the rest of the game pauses, so you've got a little bit of time to think. Don't know why they didn't put it in the main game. Lazy.
Date tomorrow at 8:30. But before we go live to Eamon and the gang, there's just time to look forward to what's coming up later tonight on Channel 1. At 9:30, we have an in-depth documentary about the downfall of Jacob Hamilton Mann, which forced this year's early election. That's The Night Visitor at 9:30, poorly narrated by Patrick Bannon. At 10:30, Adrian Atkinson Blimey is here for a special episode of Incisors, where he sinks his teeth into the current cost of living crisis by interviewing a multimillionaire, a nurse, and a bin man to see who is suffering the worst. Here's a clue. It's not the millionaire. At 11:30, fasten your seatbelts as it's time for Wayne de Spirit Whistle to lead another terrifying exploration in Live and Spooky. And tonight, they'll be asking if the old brewery in Arseminster is...
Yeah, I realise that, Eric. But my family have made it clear to me that my episodes are embarrassing for them. So I suggest we stick to the script so I don't have to face the ire of all 4 of my brothers. Or worse, my sister. Nothing more important than family, Eric. Yeah, maybe one day you'll realise that. You can never persuade a lady to let you cough your muck up her... Yep, standing by. Good evening, I'm Eamon Titley. Behind me is a true TV legend, and now running for Prime Minister. Everyone's handiest man, Peter Clement. Now, Peter thinks he's been brought here tonight to film a special reunion episode of Just the Job. But, as always, viewers, you know better.
10 seconds. Laces. 10 seconds.
It's time. Let's start the show.
In 5, 4, 3...
Just that job. Just that job. Just that job. Just.
When the skies are cloudy on a Friday afternoon, I've got just that job. Just that job. When it's all so dowdy that it leaves you sad and gloomy, I've got just that job. Just that job. Lady, when your handyman turns out to be a hound, I'll come and do it my way. Well, there's no one else around. I'll take my time while you recline, and then skip right out of time. 'Cause that's just the job.
Thank you, girls. Cracking stuff. Good evening, friends, and yes, it's true, and I can't really believe it myself. We are back with this special one-off reunion episode of Just the Job. And just to be clear, it is the show that you remember with me old sidekick, little Jimmy Chisel, some top tips on how to improve your DIY, and of course, some special surprise guests from Just the Job's in
Dave's Family Planning Clinic. Dry and itchy or angry and weeping?
Beg your pardon?
Just passing the time.
But we don't have much time, so...
You'd be surprised, mate. We have all the time in the world, in a way.
Well, you might. But I'm on a bit of a tight... Oops. Hang on, Dave. Stand by, Eamon. And go, Eamon. Sorry, Dave. Back in a sec.
Not going anywhere.
Yeah, it certainly is me.
You naughty fucker! Sorry,
Peter.
sorry. Frank, did you know about that? Look at that expression. You did, didn't you fucker?
Peter, you thought you were here tonight to record a special reunion episode of Just the Job.
I can't believe this.
But tonight, Peter Clement, these are the bits of your life. Come on, let's get you back to the studio.
Eamon, I can't bloody be those bloody dances you're about all the way along. For you.
They're all part this way, Peter. Mind your step there now.
I can't believe it.
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of your show.
Right, I'm back. Cool, it's got a little nice there, right?
Is it?
Anyway, just wanted to quickly say Eamon's a really great host. Really, really great. Pete does tend to, how to put this, fall apart if you don't stick to the script. And I'm told the machine that normally does it is set to manual. So just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Simple. Oh, there's Eamon. Gotta go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already fucked that, mate.
Have you vote? So, Eamon, how long have you been planning this? Eamon, how long have you been planning? Eamon?
Peter Gordon Clement. You were born October 10th, 1923, in the northern town of Rotherham, to Fanny and Martin Clement.
Tore me up.
That's right. They got up at the crack of dawn to make the trip all the way down to the capital by coach. It's your infamous old mam and her long-suffering husband, Fanny and Martin Clement. You're not them.
It's Jim.
Let's get you sat down.
Oh, time to call another guest, mate.
Lovely to have you both. Lovely to have you here. So tell us, what was life like for Peter growing up in the Clement house?
Well, obviously, I wasn't there for it, Eamon. But I speak
So this path is something about a long-lost brother.
Oh, yeah. We're good friends. And from what he said, I get the impression Peter was a bit of a bully.
How long has this been going on?
Sorry, mate. Touched a nerve there, have I?
You know how it is with me and our Sid.
Oh, yeah. He's told me all about it. Have a good show.
Little Jimmy Chisel, everybody! In 1938, you were a 15-year-old at Rotherham Elementary, and already you had quite the reputation as a ladies' man. Who's this, Peter?
Ladies man, Peter Clement. With penis so small, you need space telescope to know if it even exists.
Oh, fuck off, Ivan.
It's your childhood sweetheart, Chelsea Ball.
No, it bloody isn't.
No, bloody isn't. Some sort of rock and roll star.
This is Ivan Vodovich, Eamon, one of my oldest friends,
Chelsea.
Ivan,
let me ask you this. What do you think we could see in Peter way back then that could have predicted his path to household name and now aspiring Prime Minister?
You know, I listening before I come on your set, and I hear name Sydney. And I think I not heard his name in 25 years.
Let's keep it that way, shall we?
Beep, beep, beep. Pick a guest.
Like good-nighted goat fight, always bleating and snapping at each other. And then one day, poof, he gone. And just like that. And never spoken of again.
And that's the way I like it, Eamon. Should we get the next guest out?
Wait, first we open Erkistani Special Reserve.
Not in the mood, mate.
Hey, you okay, my friend?
Sorry. Not your fault. Meet in the pub after. Not your fault. Meet in the pub after.
Ivan
Vodovich.
Ivan Volodobov, everybody.
Close enough.
Now, before we bring our next guest on, let's take a look at a classic clip from Just the Job. It's on that monitor there, Peter, if you'd like to take a look.
Oh, I still remember it like it was yesterday. The facts.
And that's about 2 minutes.
I'm going for a gander. Get my mind off things.
I took Peter to one side while Jimmy did his solo spot Jim's things. I didn't want Peter to hear it from anyone else. Anyway, what happened next is history.
Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that a team of surgeons laboured...
Everything okay?
Is this some sort of fucking joke, Eric? Why would I want to be reminded of that?
I don't think the plane is some bloke called Dave in the broadcast.
Oh, he didn't like that.
Dave in the broadcast room.
That's me.
Right. I remember that.
Can we reset, please?
Shit. I'm going to have to leave. This is the one where they get cancelled. We can skip it by pressing the add button again.
Not really, LJ.
What's the matter? You look like you walked in on your parents.
Leave it, mate. Leave it. We just had a fax from the higher-ups. Those who know better. I thought I might read it out for the viewers at home.
What's going on?
Well, I know what you're thinking. A fax? How modern! Well, to whom it may concern, latest viewer feedback from test audience. Show and host feel tired and past their prime. Show and host, fuck's sake. Sidekick looks like he'd rather be somewhere else most of the time.
Fair point.
Bringing Frank on camera regularly has not improved engagement. The audience say, yeah, Frank.
Jesus, Peter, my mum watches this.
The guests are mostly unknown to the audience. Then don't cut our fucking budget. You paid peanuts, you get these fucking monkeys.
I'm doing my best.
Look, it's not your fault, Gnashing Norman, but to be fair, you're a one and done act.
I've got range.
Have you?
No, not really.
New segments seem desperate.
Should we really be reading this out?
Well, of course they're desperate. We've been doing this show since you prosperous assholes were just a bulge in your pool boy's trousers.
PC, think it through, mate.
Under the circumstances, the prudent option seems to be curtail the current season to a contractually obligated conclusion in 3 weeks' time.
Frank?
Sorry, Jimmy. It's true, mate.
3 more shows?
Yeah.
And then we're done?
Yep.
How am I going to pay my bills?
Dunno, mate.
No. I am not standing for this. You listen to me, you TV moguls. We're not standing for this. There are supposed to be another 15 shows in this season. 15!
So?
He's in the capital about 10 minutes from the fucking studio.
I'm not aware of there being any brother in the script, Eric, so, I mean, what's the point of us...
Eamon, fuck the script. This is the type of TV that people remember. The type that wins TV Nation Awards.
TV Nation Awards? Oh, yeah, they're coming up, aren't they? Yeah, fuck it. Let's send Helen a taxi, just in case.
Already on it. 10 seconds, everybody. TV fucking Nation Awards. Going in 5, 4, 3...
What fantastic memories there from one of the nation's most beloved TV shows. Now, Just the Job had 2 successful runs, of course, from 58 to 64, and again from 1972 to 1976. And across many, many of those shows, there was always one man by your side. Oh no, hang on, wait, he's been on already.
We didn't have much back then, but where there's a finger, there's fun, as they say at the confectioners.
Give me that woman. Son, it's your dad. The pricks have sent us on at the wrong ruddy time.
Yes, that's right. It's a man and a woman who need no introduction, but we're going to give them one anyway. It's your sidekick. No, look, it's clearly your parents. Well, you're certainly in a position to give us a unique insight into this bit of Peter's life. What are the differences, would you say, between the on-screen and off-screen versions of Peter Clement?
Not much. They're both feckless ingrates.
Martin Clement, you take that back. He's your own flesh and blood.
Shut up, woman. Blithering on with your nonsense.
I think everybody thinks they know our Petey, but no one knows him like his mam does. I know him better than he knows his own foreskin, as they say at the bar mitzvah.
He was just about passable when he was younger. Not a patch on his brother, but you don't get two like that.
We're ever so proud of him. He's like the first cock of the spring, as the airmen say.
Well, apparently we have some archived, never-before-seen footage of you, Peter, with your mysterious brother, on the Just the Job set.
What is this, Eamon?
Fucking ambush!
Oh, he's proper angry now.
All right, RP. All right, our Sid. What brings you to the capital?
Had to hand deliver some contracts for Mr. Barrington. Thought I'd make the most of it and see the hottest show in town.
Oh, you flatter me.
It's that fellow at the Royal Grange, right?
Aye, cheeky. Where he sat?
Oh, they're just going to slip us in at the back, I think. We didn't have tickets.
At the back? Like fuck they will.
Oh, don't make a fuss out,
Frank! Frank! I want the best seats in the house
my two very special guests. This is my brother, and this... Oh.
Welcome. Oh, God, I'm forgetting my manners. Peter, this is the lady I was telling you about.
The one that has you enamoured. I can see why.
I'm not afraid to say you're probably looking at Mrs. C.
Undoubtedly.
You seem close.
They were. Until he went to that capital and became one of you TV ponces.
Martin!
Abandoned his brother.
He abandoned me. He walked away.
Because of what you did, you sneaky little shite!
Well, as they say at the laundrette, the past is like a spunky jumper.
Jesus Horatio Grimmaker Christ! Will you shut up, woman, and let me speak?
Pick a guess, machine's bleeping.
Go on then. Go on then.
Well, with all your fussing, I forgot what I was going to say.
Fanny and Martin Clement, everybody. In 1941, long before Just the Job ever aired, you, like so many men of your generation, were conscripted into the army to go to the continent to fight. And it was on those very battlefields that the strangest of friendships was born.
Don't worry, darling, we can still get this show on track.
Oh, Christ. I think we all know that voice. At the wrong time in the show, ladies and gentlemen, a woman with the power to destroy us all, Dorothy Hammerman!
Eric,
Hello, Mrs. Hammerman.
you're very lucky you didn't call me even earlier. I'm having a very difficult day, so just be glad I've had time to calm down and be in a more personable mood. However, the organisation on this show is a farrago.
Yes, ma'am. It's Dave in the broadcast room. He's just fiddling with the machines.
However,
I wouldn't say fiddling, I'd say more like meddling.
Carry on. Look here, take this and put it in there, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I just don't like talking about our Sid.
Well, I know you don't, but suck it up, because it might well make you Prime Minister. Okay, sweetie? Prime Minister. Okay, sweetie?
Let me ask you this. What's it like
The last time that I saw Sydney and Peter together was in 1960 at Peter's wedding. Well, Sydney was sat at the front, and I was just starting out at that time. We all were, but I knew I had to get an invite to new TV sensation Peter Clement's Wedding of the Year.
No, hardly. It was a small chapel near Rotherham.
Yes, well, everything was going fine until the reception when, between songs performed by that dreadful band you booked, the two of you could be heard screaming obscenities in the car park. Well, you came back in after a few minutes as if nothing had happened and grabbed Mrs. C and started dancing the lambada, if I remember correctly, which, as you know, darling...
You always do.
Yes, I always do, don't I? Well, Sydney drove off, and rumour has it that you never spoke again. Is that true?
Why are you telling everybody this?
Well, it's ratings, darling. Ratings. So, the question I have for you, Peter, is...
I usually ask the question.
What the hell were the two of you rowing about that night? Sorry, did you say something, Eamon?
Well, it's just I usually ask the question.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well, what do you want to say?
No, actually, that was very good, yeah.
No, sorry, Dotty, viewers. But that conversation were private, and that's how I think it should stay.
That beeping means pick a guest. I suppose you've worked that out by now.
Your fame! There is no private! Still, it's your funeral or election.
And it wasn't only Just the job that the nation invited into their hearts, starting in 1977 and running every weeknight for almost 6 years. You brought your own inimitable Peter Clement style to your eponymously named late-night chat show, Petey. Let's take a look at that now.
And a couple of minutes back.
Same as before.
Any news?
We're still trying. It's 50-50. But he was hugely popular with the viewers. Loved in the country. One morning, I had Dorothy and Peter absolutely screaming at each other in her office. Even with the door shut. You can hear the swear words.
Are you taking a piss?
Oh, he's getting proper pissed off.
Really trying to piss me off now?
I don't choose. It's...
Yeah, I remember fucking Dave.
Can we reset everybody? Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Just don't bring that fucking Polly on or I'll burn the fucking studio down.
And blinding. Peter storms out, he slams the door. And Tim Hill, he was on the show that very night.
Our next guest, or should I say guests, are sure to be a bit of a handful. Expect the unexpected. From Tim Hill and Polly.
Oh, she's a bit protective.
Yeah, no problem. Grab a chair.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know what's happened. There's normally a table here.
Oh, don't worry about that. She likes it up close and personal.
I bet she does.
What's wrong, Paul? She says you should apologise for casting aspersions on her character.
Oh, right you are. Sorry, Polly.
She says you should apologise with a kiss. Steady on, Paul.
Careful, you little thing, you'll get me into trouble with Mrs. C.
She says she's not afraid of Mrs. C. I can't say that. But I can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
She says she's got nicer legs than Mrs. C and Anita.
Watch yourself, pal.
I told you we wouldn't like it.
Mrs. C is a very private person. I would thank you both to leave her out of this.
Got that, Paul?
Quiet, you lot.
She really is very sorry. She just wants to know.
Oh, for pity's sake.
She likes that.
Yeah, I can see she does. Yeah, take it easy there, Polly.
But, hey, it's not me, it's her. She must really like you.
Yeah, watch it there, pal. Oh, hey, Dotty.
Just mark the cameras, darling.
Hey, yes, that's my... No, stop.
And we must have touched a nerve there.
That's not the only bloody thing you touched.
What's that, Paul?
It better be a bloody apology. You can't just go around touching people.
That.
What did she say?
I can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
She says, if that's your J. Johnny Johnson, she feels sorry for Mrs. C. Right.
Obviously, we've had to drop the signal there, so viewers never got to see what happened next.
Capital Traffic.
But I can officially reveal.
To bump the song.
Fuck
the song.
Exclusive.
TV Nation Award.
TV Nation Award.
What can I do?
Go long into the next interview. The ratings are great. Yeah, we can overrun. 10 seconds, everybody.
Who's on next?
Fuck only knows. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Unforgettable stuff. But while you took all the credit, arguably someone else did all the work, didn't they now?
Well, I don't know about taking the credit, but I'm hoping to share in the trust.
With the fifth of the bits of your life, it's... Play the music! Ah, horse, that's doing something.
Don't worry, Pep. They'll all know it soon.
Let's take a seat, shall we? Lovely to have you here. Lovely. So, Petey ran for nearly 6 years. Tell me, what's your favourite memory from all those shows?
Well, my earliest memory of Peter was actually from the news. I was a precocious child in the 50s, 1957, was it, when you cycled the length of the country for charity? Can you believe you even did that?
Still got the dicky knees to prove it.
And then by the time that Petey was on, well, I was very busy with my legal career, so I rarely got the chance to see it. But I remember the one with the sexy ostrich, obviously. Everyone does.
I hate that clip. That man still makes me bloody angry.
But I think the thing about that show was that it demonstrated that Peter could talk to anyone, from royalty to roughnecks. Everyone has the best brought out of them by this man.
Well, let's hope that's true for you too.
Do I go?
Normally.
Mrs.
Miss.
Saltburn.
Salisbury.
Let's just go with Julie.
Julia.
Let's just go with Julie. So, what do you know about Peter's brother Sidney?
We have a brother.
We'll talk after.
How could you not mention your brother?
We will talk after.
We will talk after. Okay. We'll talk after. Okay. We'll talk after. Do I go now?
Jesus, Rachel, Tugger Christ, I'll do it. Julius Salisbury, everybody.
And so to last year, when you surprised the entire nation by announcing you were giving it all up to form your own political party. And because the final bits of your life are always about the future...
I remember you slipping me tongue in Gilliram back at your nan's house. Well, you reckon it was your first kiss,
Well,
but me,
obviously that line's not going to work. Let's just bring her out here. I met her earlier. Her name's Edna Kate or something. Just play the music.
Petey! Oh, come here, love!
Yes, all right, take a seat now. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out from your campaign to... Oh, no, not that one. Do you think Peter Clement is a good fit for politics? No, don't need that one. So have you ever met Sidney Clement?
Of course I have, kiddo. Oh, those two, they were like that, inseparable. Oh, the amiable... Oh, what were it? The amiable rivals, that's what us girls called them. Oh, of course, you know, we'd all snogged at least one of them, but most of us had snogged them both. Oh, they used to get into right old ding-dongs over it. Oh, Petey, love, you really should speak to Sid again. He misses you.
He needs to apologise to me first for what he said about my wife at my wedding.
Look at us, love. Hey? We've both done a lot of time. I reckon we're over halfway. Please, don't let it be another 25 bloody years, sweetheart.
He'll never forgive me, Chelsea. Would you?
I'd forgive you anything, but I suppose I'm not a stupid, proud man.
We've been together for 25 years. He made me choose. So I chose.
Yeah, I know. And that's hard, but if you really think about it, that's a lot more choice than you gave him, isn't it?
Right, Edna Cakes, everybody. Yeah, right, off you go that way, love. Fantastic. Well, we've got a bit of a treat for you, and for you. But first, let's take a look at the current Peter Clement. This is a bit of footage from you from the debate a few short weeks ago.
Every single study worldwide acknowledges that a society's most stable building block is the family.
Well, yes, obviously, we think that family is important too, but just, not in the way that you do.
We need to put in place policies that encourage families to stay together. Whose family? I beg your pardon? Your family, Jacob, with your estate and your nannies to wipe your ass?
Yes, nannies.
Or yours, Henry, where your children's education is factored into the budget?
But my parents were self-made.
Self-made millionaires, yeah, no, I get it. And if I came from families like yours, I'd probably feel the same way too, but I didn't. I didn't get piano lessons. Our neighbours didn't complain about us because we had piano lessons. They complained about us because we fought. We fought and we fought. My dad tore strips off us with his bare hands and his belt. And we deserved it because we fought too. And there were times... Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that not all families should be encouraged to stay together. There are some cases where families should just simply be left to rot. And they're sticking two chubby fingers up to both of you for families first and families forever or whatever it may be, because they didn't stay together because they wanted to. They stayed together because they had to. Because the successive policies of both your governments meant do that or fucking starve.
Amazing footage there from the debate. Well, Peter, as you know, normally at this point in the show, we give the guests their picture frame and we roll end credits. But we're changing the format a little tonight and tearing up the script, which I have to say on this occasion actually feels quite thrilling, you know? Probably worthy of some sort of, I don't know, TV Nation award or something, you know? Get on with it. Tonight, we're running over a little because we have a surprise seventh bit of your life. Hidden piece, if you like. You haven't seen him for 25 years.
Oh, fuck off!
Your brother, Sidney Clement!
All right, Al, Pete.
All right, Al, Sid. Looks like we're going to have our chat then.
Aye, looks that way.
So, lads. Lads.
Shut up, Eamon.
Shut up, Eamon.
So, what have you been up to?
Solicitor stuff, you know. You?
This sort of thing mostly? Running for Prime Minister?
Saw that. Good luck.
Mam's backstage with him.
Oh, aye, that's good.
For God's sake, talk to each other. What did you say to him at the reception?
I made a prediction, that's all.
You called my word into question, and you insulted me and you insulted my wife.
Maybe you should have thought of that before you stole her from me.
It was her choice. It was always that way. Always their choice. We agreed.
As children, maybe. Not as adults. Not as men.
It was her choice, our Sid.
I know. And I never should have said what I said.
Bloody awful prediction. What was it? A month? It'll be 25 years this anniversary.
Aye, well, she's quite the woman.
Aye.
She's quite the woman.
She is that.
No, it's so strange. Quarter of an hour ago, I was sat at home watching this show, watching that clip of me introducing you two, and I thought, I wish they'd had the camera on her face. Because as soon as she set eyes on you, I knew I was gone. And it's taken me a long time to come to terms with that. What you have that I don't.
It's just the job. Celebrity, it makes you sort of sparkle. I don't understand it, but it's true, nonetheless.
I really loved her, our Pete.
I know. And I am sorry, our Sid. And it's taken me a long time to understand that, too.
Peter, these are all the bits of your life.
TV fucking Nation Awards! TV Nation Awards!
Once more, you're not alone. Over the last year, more and more people have been looking to advance for answers and finding that we have them. From inequality to indignity, Advance have fair solutions and the courage to implement.